Hey students, again we're going to be looking at another topic which is algebraic indices. And we have our interactive content here that will serve as a guide for this class. Now, algebraic indices is a power or exponent which is raised to a number or a variable. So when you have a power raised to a number or you have a variable raised to a number, then we can refer to that as our algebraic indices. We have the first three law of indices that we are going to be looking at. A raised to power n multiplied by a raised to power n can be expressed as what? A raised to power n plus n. We have a common base number and the multiplication sign changes to plus. Now for a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n, the division signs will change to minus since we have a common base number. So we pick the base number and we have a raised to power m minus n, and we have the a into bracket m raised close bracket raised to power of n. So if you want to express this, we multiply the power which is m times n and we open the bracket, so we can have it to be a raised to power m multiplied by n. So we have an example of how our positive index look at here. Let's look at it. This is what 2 raised to power 4, and we refer to this as what? Based, and we refer to 4 as exponent or index. Now, if you want to express this, 2 raised to power 4 means what? 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. That is 16. That is 2 in 4 different places. Now, we have an example here. D raised to power 3 multiplied by D raised to power 4 and P raised to power 2 raised to power 4 divided by P raised to power 2 multiplied by P raised to power 4. Quickly, we are going to be solving this. I want to see what the solution look like. So for the first one, D raised to power 3 multiplied by D raised to power 4 will give us what? D3 plus 4. Since multiplication will change to addition and we have a common base, so 3 plus 4 will give 7. For the second one, P raised to power 2, everything into bracket 4 divided by P raised to power 2 multiplied by P raised to power 4. That will give us P. Then we are multiplying the power 2 times 4 divided by P 2 plus 4. So P2 times 4 is what? 8, and P2 plus 4 will give us 6. Now remember, we have division. We can re-express that this as P8 divided by P 6. So since we have division signs will change to what? Minus. We can have a base number of P8 minus 6. So it's going to be P8 minus 6 is what? 2. So it's going to be P raised to power 2, and that is the answer to the solution we have there. Okay, for the zero rule, anything raised to power 0 is always 1. So this is the rule for indices. Under zero rule, anything raised to power 0 gives 1. Now let's look at, okay, we have an activities here. Let's look at this. I've explained it earlier. 2 stands as what for this one? Let's go with this first. So I believe 2 should stand at the base number, and 4 is the raised to power. So this is the exponent or the index. So we have 4 as the exponent. Now, what does zero rule says? It says anything raised to power 0 will give 1. So any number that is raised to power 0 gives 1. So we have this as our answer. Let's check if we are right. So we are right. Now that leads us to the next slide we have here, which is negative index. What negative index is telling us is that 1 raised to power m raised to power n will give us n inverse. So when you have 1 raised to power a raised to power m, then the law says that it's going to be giving us what? A inverse of n. So it's written as what we have here. Look at it. This is a raised to power minus m, which is a raised to power 0 minus 1. So by the time we have this expression, we can write it as 1 over a raised to power m. And that leads us to this question we have here. We are going to be solving it together. We have open brackets minus 3 x raised to power minus 4 close brackets raised to power minus 3 divided by y raised to power minus 2. So what is the answer? We are going to be solving using the law of indices that we've seen in the previous slide. So let's open this bracket. by bringing minus 3 in to multiply this, and we bring minus 3 in to multiply x raised to power minus 4. So we have minus 3, everything raised to power minus 3 multiplied by x minus 4 minus raised to power minus 3. So what, by the time we express this, is going to be what? That's going to be 1 over minus 3 raised to power 3 multiplied by x minus 4 times minus 3. Minus 4 minus multiplied by minus 3 will give us 12. Negative multiplied by negative gives positive. So this one will be 1 over 3 raised to power 3 is what? 27, and we still have our minus, because by the time we multiply minus in 3 places, it will give us minus. So we have minus 27, then we have our s raised to power 12. And remember where we have our denominator here, which is what? Y raised to power minus 2. We have y raised to power minus 2, and don't forget that we have y raised to power minus 2 here. So this y raised to power minus 2, we can actually rewrite it as this can now take in shape of what? X 12 over minus 27 divided by 1 over y raised to power 2. This inverse has been rewritten as this. Now, if you want to solve this, division sign changes to multiplication. So y raised to power 2 comes up, y1 comes down. So we have x 12 over minus 27. Remember, let's have it here. X raised to power 12 over minus 27 multiplied by y square over 1. So x raised to power 12 multiplied by y raised to power 2 will give us x raised to power 12, y raised to power 2, everything. Minus 27 times 1 will give us what? Minus 27. So we have minus 27. And this is the final answer for the question that we have there. Okay, fractional rule of indices take this form. When you have a raised to power 1 over n, it can be written as a root n. And when you have a raised to power m over n, we can actually rewrite it as a root n into bracket m, or we have root n open the bracket a raised to power n. So that sorts that for that. Now let's look at the activities that we have here. A raised to power n multiplied by a raised to power n can be rewritten as what? A raised to power m plus n. Now a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n can be written as what? A raised to power m minus n. Now a raised to power n close brackets raised to power n can be rewritten as a raised to power m multiplied by n. Now let's check. Those are the additional rules of indices that we have. Now, okay. Now let's quickly have this for us just to evaluate that 64 raised to power 3 close bracket 1 over 3. By the time you bring it in, 1 over 3 will multiply 64. Root 64 is what? Is 4. And 3 over 3 will give us 1. So we have x left here. The same thing applies to the other examples of indices that we have here. Now let's go to the first question that we have here. Let's solve this. 5 raised to power n equals to what? 5 raised to power n equals to 1. So what is n? We have to find n. And the second one is 1 over 36 equals 6n. So what is n? So we are solving these two together now. Now we've said that anything that is raised to power 0 is what? 1. So we can rewrite this as 5n equals to 5 raised to power 0, because anything raised to power 0 gives 1. So we have this now, and we have 5n equals to 5 raised to power 0. We cancel the base number, and n will give us 0 here. This second example, which is 1 over 36 equals to 6n, can be written as 1 over what is the perfect square of 36? That is 6 squared. 6 times 6 will give us 6 squared. Since we have a base number of 6 raised to power n, so we can slide to rewrite, and we have 6 raised to power 2 equals to 6n. 1 over 6 raised to power 2 can be rewritten as 6 inverse of 2 equals to 6n. Now 6 raised to power n rather. So we have 6 raised to power n. Now having that, base number of 6 can be cancelled out. So minus 2 equals n. So n equals to minus 2. That's the answer to the two questions. We have another past question here for us to solve. We are going to be solving together, and we are going to be seeing what our answer looks like. So quickly, let's solve together. We have 3p multiplied by 5p raised to power 3. So since we have a coefficient of 3 and 5, we are multiplying them together, and the unknown of p as well, we take the power of each other. So it's going to be 3 multiplied by 5, 3 multiplied by 5. Then since we have a base number of p that is common, pick p. P raised to power what is p? P raised to power 1. Then this multiplication sign changes to what? Addition. So we have plus p raised to power what is this? P raised to power 3. So we have this. So it's going to be 3 times 5 is what? 15. So it's going to be p raised to power 4. This takes us to the end of the class. We want you to subscribe to our channel www.edubbey.com for the full interactive content of this class. Thanks for listening.